Well, everyone has summer food favorites that are saucy, some are tangy, sweet, and crunchy. With more on how to fill out an ultimate summer spread for entertaining or just really any day, here's Shanasty Ireland, founder of She'sBecomingDomestic.com.
Shanasty, I want to learn about amping up barbecue. I've been barbecuing now for a couple of months, and looking to do a little twist. What have you got on your mind?
Okay, so I think first thing you got to figure out what kind of barbecue you're going to have in the backyard. Are you going to be doing a full course meal, or are they going to be little mini bites? I think asking guests to bring a dish, it's totally fine to do nowadays. Having the game set up out back, all sorts of things to kind of amp up the run-of-the-mill barbecue. If we're talking about food, a couple of things that I like to do is just kind of a barbecue charcuterie, and this is really easy to do. You can have everything DIY set up. You could do burgers this way, you could do skewers this way, or just having a variety of different kinds of barbecues. That way people can kind of go down the table, go down the line, and fill up their plate with that delicious barbecue.
Wow. Okay. Barbecue charcuterie.
Yeah.
Interesting concept.
Yes.
Okay. So take me through some of the details of the things you have there. Now, I know we're going to talk a little bit about pork rinds, which I know people love. So that's what drew me to this interview with you. So, okay, let's get to that.
Okay, I'm so glad you asked. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds is really my favorite brand. They have a variety of different flavors. I have just the plain cracked pepper and salt right here on my plate. This is going to be my DIY nacho bar. You can actually use pork rinds as a base for your nachos. They're a little crunchier than tortilla chips. They don't get as soggy. And of course, they're packed with protein, keto-friendly, low carb, and they also have a lot of collagen in them. Another flavor that I love is the hot honey. This one is just a standard, delicious flavor that goes in a bunch of different recipes, or it can even be put on your charcuterie board. So I like to go ahead and start with the pork rinds. I have a little bit of feta cheese on there, and then I have all of the condiments and all of the toppings, I should say. So we've got a little bit of cucumber, we have cherry tomato, red onion, and then I made my own little sour cream-esque topping. This is just going to be Greek yogurt, lemon juice, a little bit of garlic, and we can go ahead and put that on top of your nachos. And then also I have some brisket. You can do barbecue brisket, you could just do chicken, you can do ground beef, whatever you want to do. But if we want to stick with the barbecue theme, I like using brisket on top of my nachos.
Wow, that's kind of cool, because let's say it starts to rain, right?
Yes.
You could continue to have the barbecue feeling inside, make your nachos. That's really interesting. Okay. Well, you never know what pork rinds are going to come in handy for, I suppose, right?
Yes, totally. Yeah, they're good in recipes. You can even use them in place of breadcrumbs if you are going to be doing any kind of fried chicken or chicken bites or anything like that. You can even put them on top of your macaroni and cheese casserole. I've done that before. You could put them on if you're going to do a DIY baked potato bar. That's another thing I love to serve at a backyard barbecue. You can have that as a topping as well. They're really, really versatile, and sometimes people don't think about pork rinds, but I'm a big fan of them and a big fan of having them when I'm entertaining.
Well, we have just learned something new about pork rinds, or at least I have. Is there anything else that you feel is a must-have for that great barbecue feel?
Yeah, I love having Rayburn sandwiches on hand as well. They have a pulled pork sandwich. This is the Philly cheesesteak. What I love about this brand is they have a bakery soft bun every time. You can pop it in your microwave for 90 seconds or pop it on the grill. And then I like to just kind of cut them up into slices so they're grab and goes. People like to have those at the barbecue. And then I think really just keeping in mind what kind of theme you're going to have. If you're going to have kids around, obviously you want to have the staples, hot dogs, brats, hamburgers, that kind of thing. And then, like I said, just having the entertainment out there, the music, the games, all of that adds to amping up your barbecue.
Well, I'm loaded with ideas now. My barbecues will not be dull anymore. It won't just be your standard stuff. This is going to be great. Shanasty, thank you so much for your ideas, and getting ready to grill.
Thanks for having me on today.
Pork rind nachos. I think I'll give those a try. And you can try some of the ideas that we talked about today and check out she'sbecomingdomestic.com for more. This segment sponsored by Rayburn's and Southern Recipe Small Batch.